Hey guys, it's Kristen, and I am back with Jamie for the interview portion.
I'm digging into the scones.
Yes, we finally got them finished, and now we're going to be able to eat them. So how is the chocolate one?
It's pretty fun.
Alright.
It's chocolate.
I'm going to have to bleep that out.
No, you don't.
That's good.
It's very good. We're amazing. We're amazing bakers.
Thanks to Alton Brown for the basic scone recipe.
I will eat in between answers and stuff. Because I'm just going to say yes, no, maybe heterosexual-ish.
Heterosexual-ish?
Yes.
How is it ish?
Because I'm bi.
Well, that would be bisexual.
Heterosexual-ish. Sounds cooler, though.
Okay. Alrighty then. Now that we've got enough fun stuff, there'll probably be more too. This is gonna be fun editing. Alrighty then. So, what made you decide to become an author?
Well, I just had the natural gift for it. You and I have talked for a really long time about, my really horrible childhood and how, Harry Potter and books kind of just saved my life and kind of gave me that escape that I needed from, everything going on.
So were you wanting to do that for somebody else?
Well, I wanted to just escape. I wanted to write what was, going on in my head, because it was just too much. It was my way of processing all my feelings and everything, so I'd write it down. And it started with fan fiction of Harry. I wrote in my own character and everything like that. And then I found out that I was really good at it, so I would continue writing. And then in high school, my English teachers would enter me into contests, and I would win, but then the real world hit. So for 10 years, I was a restaurant manager, which is how we met.
Right.
Because I had to pay the bills.
She was my boss for a little while. It was fun.
Yeah, because I was everybody's boss. I am the boss.
She's actually the reason I stayed there for so long. I put in my 2 weeks notice, and then she convinced me to stay one night a week, because that was the one night that she closed. And she's like, I can't lose you. So, that was fun.
I got a lot of people staying. But, so after my last restaurant shut down, I was like, I had nothing going on, and I'm a religious person, so I said, God, what do you want me to do? And writing was the answer. And here I am, 3 years later, books galore, and starting my own publishing company,
And you can find, is it all of them on Amazon, or is it just most of them?
All of them are on Amazon and Smashwords.com. A few of them are on Barnes & Noble and iBooks. Yeah.
I didn't realize you had them in Barnes & Noble. That's really cool. Oh. Do you have any writing aspirations?
Aspirations, that's a huge word for wine.
That's a huge word for wine. Oh no, I've got it written down later too, I think.
No, that's okay. I understand what aspirations means. I wrote this new adult novel, and it's kind of my baby right now. I am so protective of it. I've showed it a few chapters. I put a few chapters on Scriggler.com, and I've showed select few, the whole book in its entirety. And what I would love to aspire with that is take it all the way. Go the Twilight distance with it. Because it's just me poured in there.
Right.
Oh, and I want to write a Tony Award-winning musical sometime in my life as well.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah. Have Adele do the music? No. Actually, it would probably be my friend Leanne after she retires from being a choir teacher. I get her to write the music for me, and I write the lyrics and the whole play and stuff.
That sounds like fun. What have you written?
Ooh.
I know we talked a little bit about that earlier while we were making scones. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, you need to go watch that video. That's fun.
Okay, so I've written, so far, in my lifetime, I've written poems, novels, novelettes. I wrote a children's play for my church, which is epic. The pastor still doesn't know if there's theology in it, but there is. It's in there, I promise. I'm writing an article right now for a up-and-coming music magazine here in Kansas City. They're still working out all the fun details, but it's on violence, since Kansas City is now in the top 10 of the FBI's most dangerous cities to live in.
Yay, Kansas
Woo!
City!
I don't know, I write everything. Like, I love to be informed about things. I like to keep up with current events, but I live in a fantasy world, so, you know, you get a little bit of everything from me.
Well, I live in a fantasy world too. I'm a YouTuber.
It's not a fantasy world. You just film your life.
That's how I got all those really cool bloopers. How do you overcome writer's block?
I was actually talking to another author named Judith O'Neill. And she writes short mysteries, articles, or short stories for, like, Women's World and Reader's Digest and things like that.
So she's pretty well known.
Oh, yeah. She happens to be the sister of a friend of mine. But, so I was talking to her about this the other day, and she was describing it in all sorts of ways, and I was telling her that I felt like it was a clog. And you can do different things, like, to get past the okay, so writing just kind of flows from you, like it's a pipe.
Right.
You know, it just either flows, and then when you have writer's block, you're clogged. And you can do other things to bang the clog, but that's only gonna, like, you know, create little puncture wounds in it, or sometimes it even makes it worse. But
yeah, because it's like when you can't think of a word. The harder you try to think of the word, the harder it is to actually think of the word. That's why usually if you're trying to think of someone's name or a word that describes a situation, like 2 hours later, you're not even thinking about it and it'll come to your head. It's actually been scientifically proven that that's what your brain does. The harder you try to think of it, the harder it is to figure out.
Exactly. So, what you do is you let that clog build and build, whether that's by doing little arts and crafts things to let out your creativity, you know, until the dam bursts. And sometimes you'll get little trickles out, sometimes right before it does burst, where you'll be able to write like a paragraph or a page or just 2 sentences. But I found that it's best just to let it clog. Some people can just write through it, though. The best way to avoid it, though, however, is just write every day. Yeah.
Not everyone can write every day, though.
Hemingway did. Hemingway wrote 500 words a day, every day, his entire life.
That's crazy. One of my other author friends is actually doing Novel November, and he has to write, I think it's like 15,000 words every day. No, 1,500. 15,000's a lot. He has to write like 1,500 words every day.
I do that anyway.
Well, but the other day he ended up getting like 12,000 or something like that. He's like, you know what? Just screw it. I'm done. I can't write anymore. So that was kind of funny.
But that kind of pressure also causes writer's block.
Right. I mean, you have, you know, I have to, you know.
You have to get it done by this time.
Well, it's for a class. So he has to do it. But, I mean, I like Novel November, and I think it's a really cool idea, but I feel like having that time constraint of you have to write an entire novel between November 1st and November 30th is just, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, Smashwords said 50,000 words. If you can write at least 50,000 words, even if you don't finish it, go get it published. Love that website. Go check it out.
Alright. Which author or authors do you admire?
Obviously, J.K. Rowling.
Well, I knew that one was going to be on there.
Yes.
I mean, you live, breathe, eat, I mean, everything Harry Potter. She's even wearing a Deathly Hallows necklace.
What up? Go Gryffindor. Anyway, yes, hardcore Potterhead. So yes, J.K. Rowling's on there. I also love Nicholas Black. He is a very, very lesser known author. I mean, like, he's in the basement of Amazon.com. But he's quite brilliant. His work is very raw. But See Jack Die is such an interesting, like, concept of death and the constraints of life and who we are and how we build our personalities. Also, there's a coming-of-age book he wrote. I'm trying to remember what it is. Sodomy Cat, I think is what it was called. Or How My Uncle Ruined Christmas. It was a lovely coming-of-age book about this boy. His uncle died, and he was the king of porn, and also known as Sodomy Cat in the porn industry. He dies, he inherits all of it, and he comes to find out that his uncle is actually his father. That's a big twist. Woo! Spoiler alert right there. But it's a really wonderful book. I mean, I just loved it. J.R. Ward. Love her too. Like, I love how she builds an ensemble cast so well and keeps them so together in unique ways. Like the Brotherhood of the Black Dagger.
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
Oh, you have to read it. So good. Oh my
well,
goodness.
I mean, I've got all these other books that I need to read.
No, just drop them right now and read.
I even got books back there.
Read. I promise you. You need to read these. I will give you the first one. I try not to spend too much money on books, you know, because I could spend a fortune. And I have. But, so I try to keep it on the cheap end. But with her, that week, I'm buying it. $30 a book. I'm there, addicted. Like crack.
$30 a book?
Yes, with J.R. Ward, crack, man. Crack, written crack. That's what that is.
Well, I mean, I spent $23 or $24 on 10 books. I did a video about it. I mean, those are the books that are over there. It's like those are staying close to me right now.
She is like crack, man. Also, Chloe O'Neill. She wrote the Chicagoland Vampire series with Merritt and Ethan. Love it. Oh my god, it's so good. But the finale is coming out recently. But yeah, I try to also take from other interesting books like Why Christianity Has to Change. Because you always feel like this weird religious undertone with my books. But that's because I am very religious.
Well, I don't think I felt that with Nightshade, but that one's magic based.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
But definitely in life and death, there's so many different questions that you have to ask yourself with religion. All right,
See,
come on.
Those are always kind of fun, I feel, because it makes you think about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe not necessarily like the really strong Christian overtone, but like an undertone, those are kind of fun.
Yes, there's an undertone, and it makes you question Christianity as a whole. Like, you know, are these, you know, going so extreme with their beliefs that they can't change or grow or evolve as our journey grows and evolves? You know, is that right? Like, what's going to happen? And you kind of see how this one family, as they fight to stick together and stick to these beliefs, like Christianity has, they see themselves fall further and further apart and become what they were fighting against. It's really, like, it's so many metaphors for religion and for society, like, chalked in the series. The first two are out, and I'm about to publish the prequel.
I'll
Fun
take a
stuff.
look at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's gonna review it.
It might take me a little bit. I've got a few videos I gotta get out first. So what are you working on at the moment?
On the moment, I have the 5th book in the Seals Erotica series. It's Gabe's book. I will not tell you if Bonnie is in it, but I will not tell you if Bonnie's the love interest or not, because they've always... Have you read the series? Okay.
Not yet, no.
It's one of my better selling books, is the series. Bonnie and Gabe have a very interesting, long, complicated relationship, and you finally get to see it all like out there, and you finally get to see them and where they're at in life and what becomes of their happy ending, which is really wonderful.
It's always nice to finally get to see the resolution of two characters, either whether they're gonna be together or whether they're not gonna be together.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loves to see that. And I mean, the build-up, especially.
Oh yeah, because like in the first book, they're together. By the second book, they're broken up. By the third book, she's dating a woman, and he's like, what's going on? And, you know, and their friendship is evolving, and they're still becoming friends, and, you know, they're close, and you know that. You just don't know where it's going. But I'm writing that one right now, and I started writing Hemlock, which is Nightshade's sequel. That one's going to be fun. Time traveling, very difficult to write.
I bet.
Yes. Keeping that
Just imagine how the writers of Doctor Who feel.
Yeah, I do not envy them. Not one bit. But for the most part, yeah. That's what I'm working on. I do know in the third book, which I'm not sure if what I'm going to name it or where that's going yet, because I have to follow the path of the second book and the characters there. Mm-hmm. But definitely I want to create a character named Dave the Gnome who lives in the dishwasher, who knows the family's dirty secrets and is willing to tell them.
Oh, yeah. I asked her what she was working on, like 2 weeks ago, and she told me about Dave the Gnome, and I'm like, you're kidding about that, right? No?
You can thank my husband. Best storylines come from him and conversations and jokes we have together. He is my muse in everything I do. And I honestly would not be a writer without him.
That concludes the first part of my interview with Jay Cox. The second part is also up. I ended up dividing it because it was just super long. It was like 35 minutes or something like that, and so I decided to do 2 different parts for you guys. So now that you're finished with this one, just hop on over and watch the second part, or you can save it for later. It's up to you. That's why I divided it up for you. Alright, anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye.